The Galactic Council had perfected peace for 12,000 years. Disputes were resolved through negotiation. Conflicts were mediated through compromise. War was a concept relegated to primitive histories, studied only as a cautionary tale of barbarism. Then the Devourers came. They emerged from dark space like a plague, consuming worlds, harvesting populations, leaving nothing but stripped husks of planets in their wake. 17 systems had fallen in 6 months. Billions dead. The Council convened in emergency session, their luminous chamber filled with representatives from 300 civilizations. High Arbiter Selquan called for order, his aged voice trembling with urgency. "We must respond with wisdom," he began. "Perhaps dialogue." "We've tried dialogue," interrupted Ambassador Chen Wei from the human delegation. The young woman stood, her plain gray suit stark against the elaborate robes of elder species. "They ate our diplomats." Murmurs of discomfort rippled through the chamber. "Then economic sanctions," suggested the Valerian representative. "Cut off their resources." "They don't trade," Chen said flatly. "They consume. They've ignored every communication, every peace offering, every attempt at understanding." She looked around the chamber at faces that had never known true existential threat. "They're coming for the core worlds next. For this chamber. For all of you. We must find a peaceful solution," Selquan insisted. "It is our way. It has always been our way." Chen's jaw tightened. She pulled up a holographic display, images of devoured worlds, of harvested populations, of civilizations that had tried peaceful solutions until the very end. "Your way is extinction," she said quietly. Then louder, "The Devourers have taken everything from 70 billion people. They will not stop. They cannot be negotiated with. They cannot be reasoned with." She paused, and her next words fell like hammers. "It's time for war." The chamber erupted in shocked gasps. War. The forbidden word. The concept that civilized society had evolved beyond. "Barbaric," someone shouted. "Unthinkable," cried another. Chen let them vent, her expression unchanged. When silence finally returned, she spoke again, and this time her voice carried the weight of terrible experience. "You think war is barbaric? You're right. It's ugly, brutal, and soul-destroying. Humanity knows this better than anyone. We nearly destroyed ourselves a dozen times before we reached the stars." She looked each delegate in the eye. "But we survived because we learned something you've forgotten in your 12,000 years of peace. Sometimes survival requires violence. Sometimes protecting the innocent means becoming a monster to fight monsters. You ask us to abandon millennia of philosophy," Selquan began. "I'm asking you to survive," Chen cut him off. "The Devourers don't care about your philosophy. They care about biomass. You can die with your principles intact, or you can fight and maybe live to debate ethics another day." She activated another display, human fleet formations, weapon systems, strategic plans. "Earth is mobilizing. We're going to war whether you join us or not. Because that's what you do when someone threatens your home, you fight back." The chamber fell silent. These were species that had evolved beyond violence, beyond aggression. The concept of organized warfare was as alien to them as flight was to a fish. But the images of devoured worlds hung in the air. Undeniable. Unforgiving. Finally, a junior delegate from a species Chen had never heard of stood. "How do we fight?" Chen's expression didn't soften, but something shifted in her eyes. "Pride, perhaps. Or relief. You start by admitting that peace isn't always possible. That sometimes the only way to protect what you love is to destroy what threatens it." She straightened. "Then you come to Earth. We'll teach you." One by one, delegates began to rise. Not all. Not even most. But enough. The age of eternal peace had ended. The age of survival had begun. And humanity, veterans of 10,000 wars, would lead the way.